even more exciting. Joining us now, straight off the plane from Maui. She's a world traveler. Welcome, Jessie Jane, to the show. Thank you so much for making it over here.
How are you doing, beautiful?
Good. How are you?
Can't complain.
Whoa, the voice changed all of a sudden. Oh, shit.
I know. I was like, hey, how you doing?
Just so you guys know, we know Jessie outside of being on the show with her. And when you see her like on the street and you talk to her, she's like, hey, what's up? Fuck you guys, you shit cock balls. And now she got
fucking ass.
And now there's a microphone, and she's like, "Hey, how are you?
Hi, I'm
nice
all
to
bubbly all of a
see
sudden.
you. I have pigtails."
Instead of my tomboy
my
stuff, like,
God.
yo, don't fuck with me.
Yeah, give me a fucking shot.
Tequila, make it a double.
Okay, so Jessie, first things first. Can we call you Jessie Jane? Is that, or are you not allowed to use that? I know there was a problem.
No, so what it was is I was Jessie Jane with my old company, and then I fought my company. I sat out for 2 years, and then I like kind of re-signed just to like do a couple movies and just kind of piss off my old company because they got bought out. And so they fought me legally.
How many girls in adult are doing it to piss somebody off?
I love pissing people
I mean,
It's so much fun.
I feel like I know so many girls who go, I don't do adult anymore. And then they're like, well, I was mad at someone, so I did this.
Well, you know what it is? It was like when somebody screws me over I'm a businesswoman. And when you screwed me over when I did everything wrong.
I'm a business man.
I'm a business man. I feel like I got my own nuts. But.
Oh my. Well, wait. Okay, wait a second. Now, we got ahead of ourselves because Jessie is an adult star who started in the industry in 2002. Jessie's been in over 120 films. She's won 9 AVNs and over 19 other awards from other adult shows other than the big one, which is AVN. And you started with Digital Playground, right?
I did. I started with Digital Playground. I came in with a contract. They found me in Hawaiian Tropics. So I never like.
It's better than Hooters.
I worked at Hooters too.
You did? I was joking.
Do you still have your shorts?
You were like the living stereotype.
Pretty much.
The blonde girl with pigtails worked at Hooters, did Hawaiian Tropic, has big tits, and now guess what I do?
The pigtails were because this was my traveling hair to get out of my way because it was sticky and hot at the airport in Maui.
It was so hard walking around Maui. And
No, let's go back. No, let's focus on. Okay, so you started with Digital Playground in 2002.
I did, and I stayed with them for 10 years, and technically 12, but the last 2 years I sat out, I didn't work because they got bought out by a new company, and the new company was trying to bully me, and in my contract...
Can you say who that was?
Yeah, of course, because I don't care. I don't give a shit.
Fuck yeah, dog.
Brazzers, yeah, I don't care.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So Brazzers bottom?
Yeah, so they took over. And the thing is in my contract, I stated specifically, I don't work a lot. I choose who I work with and what I'm willing to do. Because I don't do all the crazy stuff. I don't do anything crazy. I mean, I'm crazy in a scene, but I don't do all the crazy scenes. I don't do any of that crap. That's why I got mainstreamed, and that's why I got to do Playboy TV and crossover, because I didn't do any of that
because
stuff.
you do host a lot of different shows. You hosted a lot of award shows.
Yeah.
I mean, you are, you know.
You got to keep it classy.
Well, you're one of the most recognizable.
Relatively. It's a relative term.
You still are one of the most recognizable, adult film stars, I would say, of all time.
Wow.
I'm going to go out there.
You just went right for it.
I didn't say it. No, I'm just kidding.
Just made it awkward. Jeez.
I'm just saying that you have, but you.
I'm one of the ones that's been around. I've been around for 14 years, and I'm still at the top.
I just
exactly.
I
That's
thought
what
you
I'm
just did
getting at.
softcore. I don't know what else you did.
Yeah. Okay.
So wait. I want to hear people. The big thing is we're about having awesome guests that are relevant and interesting and fun. So tell us, like you were there for 10 years, technically 12, and then what happened?
And then I went just to piss somebody off. I went to their opposing company, Jules Jordan. And I only done a couple of films. Like I actually did literally I've had 3 films out, but I'm going to be I'm busy. I'm doing appearances and feature dancing. And then what is that smile for?
I just love it. I'm pretty busy. I'm doing feature dancing. Oh shit! Sorry.
I am. I'm busy, so I don't have time to sit
feature
there and shoot.
Oh, never mind.
I don't have time to
So
shoot
a lot of girls in the adult industry.
I understand.
They
Pay a fee to show up, and then
they literally shoot 5 times a week out of 7 days. Well, I don't want to. But the thing is if you're smart, it's called supply and demand. So the reason why I've lasted so long and at the top, I don't sit there and do anything and everything and shoot 300 movies in a year. And then you get shot out. Why would you do that anyway? It's you're not creating a supply and demand.
Multiple scenes a day and stuff.
You got to put the pussy on the pedestal, which you've done.
That's right. My pussy's up there.
I thought it was down there. That's weird.
Yeah, it trained. It's turned around.
It's crawled up.
It's crawled up. It went around. It's gone all over the place.
Okay, so you went to a couple different companies, and you said you switched to Jules Jordan, and was that around the time Pirates was made?
Oh God, no.
Pirates
was made a long time.
So why was that such a big deal?
Okay, so
I bought it.
Pirates was made literally over
You
8
bought
years
porn?
ago.
Well, shaded.
Pirates was made.
My ex-wife loved that fucking movie.
Oh my
No,
god!
it's the number one movie in history of all times. It's like the Deep Throat, which came out back in the day. Like it's the number one selling that still sells to this day. Where we got mainstream. We were the first porn movie to get cut into a rated R version to hit Blockbuster. Like, so what was funny about that though? So I forgot that it was
people
coming
wanted
out.
to hear what you had to say.
Actually, they did. No, I swear to God, it's so weird. People still watch
I'm
it on
your friend and
Showtime.
I can't handle when you talk.
No, okay,
I'm
so
just joking.
seriously, oh whatever.
I'm joking. That was too much. Sorry.
No,
Low blow.
But no, like seriously, like I wouldn't. I'm not gonna. If I watch porn, I don't want to listen to you talk. I just go straight to the thing. Like
Well,
I get it, but
Have you been in many of the softcore movies?
no, I only did one softcore film because after I signed a contract, they were like, "Wait a minute, you've never stripped or nothing or no nude photo shoots." I was like,
They wanted
"No."
to make sure you could like
So
get
they're
halfway
like,
there first.
I need you to do a softcore film to make sure you're okay with this, to know what you're getting into. And they were like, "Don't worry, nobody's gonna."
Man, those are like some.
see it."
Those are nice adult
Yeah,
industry
that's
people.
Very different.
Usually people don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They're like, all right,
So
open
I
your
did-
butthole. Here we go.
Three dicks.
I have to tell you, I did the most retarded one though. It was called the first Busty Cops, and I was so embarrassed. I was like, "Oh my God!" They're like, "Nobody's gonna hear it," because I had to be like super blonde. I could play their head. Let's go back to the fortress of Bustitude, put our boobs together, and see what we can come up with. So I had to act like an airhead to say the stupidest things.
Must have
I
been
was
tough.
like,
So hard for you.
I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing
Were
this."
you nominated for an Oscar?
No. But it was retarded, and I was like this. And guess what? It's the number one that they keep replaying, and I have to relive that. I'm like, oh my God. So I'll start getting stuff on my feed about that movie, and I'm just like mortified. I'm like, that's the most embarrassing thing that I've probably ever done, and I thought I'd never have to hear
Wait,
about
out of
it again.
everything you've done, that's the most embarrassing.
So, wow. Yeah.
Yes.
So I have a question for you
It was
guys.
retarded.
And this is something that goes through my head all the time. When I'm flipping the channels and you go by Skinemax or whatever, and you see the softcore stuff. Now, I have a question for you. Does anybody actually get themselves off to that? Like, do you think old men at home actually can jack off that and ejaculate?
I honestly think so. Yes, because you know what?
I'm just desensitized because not in a million years, there's not one softcore movie that I could watch and go and be turned on enough that I could come.
So you know what it
Did
is?
I just say I could come on the radio show?
A lot of people
Say it
are
again.
very visual. And so a lot of guys, like what I've noticed is a lot of guys and a lot of girls, especially girls like to look at women. We don't like to look at dicks. Dicks are ugly. Like, come on, listen. No girls going, well, except you're going to look at the size. You're like, hey, look at that. Like, he's packing. It's like,
Do you do the backhand brush when you meet guys?
Be like,
Oh, sorry.
Oh, whoops. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so with that said, what is your take on women masturbating to gay porn? Because I've
Wait,
heard that
guy gay porn or women gay porn?
women masturbating man on man.
Okay, so you know what? I know people who do that.
I know a lot of women who do.
And
Wait, let her talk.
What's funny is actually, so I've watched it. I'm a very open person, so I'm down to watch anything, look at anything, and I am not a closed-minded person. But when I watched it, I was like,
Look at the smile on her face right
I was
now.
like,
She's getting happy.
but it's not. It just didn't really do anything for me. It was fine, just like looking at them all naked. And I mean, I have gay friends, so I don't take it wrong. But I didn't get off to a guy like sticking it in somebody's ass. So here's the
thing. I'm not. I mean, Ian knows. Anybody who grew up with us know. I mean, we're fighters, and we all are. We're very. Me and our friends, our group of guys, are very touchy feely. Like we're not homophobic at all.
Yeah.
But I will say this.
I make out with all my girlfriends all the time.
I know. But what I'm saying is I don't care if you. It's not that I'm homophobic, but I don't care who you are. You can't tell me that two sweaty, hairy dudes pounding each other in the ass is as sexy as like two hot girls. I mean,
No,
even if you're a gay guy, I mean, you must admit, like, yeah, a big sweaty, smelly, hairy dude, bear banging it out. It's like, oh god,
big bear on top of a little cub.
Even if you tell me it feels good and turns you on, whatever, but you can't tell me it's like as hot and sexy as two beautiful
Two
women.
hot chicks is two hot chicks getting it on. So girls like it, guys like it. It's a thing.
Well,
Like,
here's
it's a little bit more sensual.
we say that, but there's a lot.
sensuality
I guarantee you, there's a lot of girls out there who who are very conservative who would tell you like, I don't.
And you know what? I turn out a lot of those conservative girls.
Oh boy.
I twist them out.
Jesse's
Those conservative ones are the freaks. Let me tell you, they are a freak waiting to come out.
Jesse's feeling good about herself tonight. Man,
they're a freak waiting to come out.
She must have had a good flight. I mean,
I had a great flight.
First class, a hot towel, champagne.
Yeah.
A little something. You never
Oh
know.
God. So let's move on. Let's talk about. So you grew up in Texas and Oklahoma, or just Texas?
Texas and Oklahoma and Kansas.
And your parents were in the military. You were moved around.
Yeah, my dad was in the Air Force, so we moved around every 2 years or less. So when we moved to Oklahoma the summer before my senior year, I moved out my senior year and I said I need a place to call home. I was like, and I moved out and stayed. I've stayed in Oklahoma.
Okay.
But I love Oklahoma because I'm a country girl. So we have a lot of land. So we get to ride this lakes. Let's go to ride on the boats, our dirt bikes, you know.
You're a tomboy all the way. And you love going to the basketball games, I know.
I do.
She posts Snapchats
And the football
Instagrams.
games. Like I'm a Boomer Sooner all the way. If I'm in town, I'm at the games.
Wow.
I will be at the 6 a.m.
A true
tailgates
tomboy.
with everybody.
So you were always into sports and into guys and athletes, and you were even a cheerleader. You're the prototypical cheerleader if I've ever seen one.
No, see, I was a cheerleader because I lived in Kansas and I had used to play soccer. So there was no soccer team for me to play at where I lived in Rose Hill, Kansas, outside of Wichita. So I did it, but I liked the girls because there was nothing else to do.
We know you like girls.
Oh, yes, we know I like girls.
Wait, what?
Yes.
We already went over this.
Are we going back to that?
No, I'm just saying, like the girls that I actually got to cheer with and stuff, it was like a sport and we were really good and like there was nothing else to do there. So it was a competitive thing. So we were winning NCAA championships and all this stuff. So it was like a sport. And so I liked it. And the girls were like, cool. Because there was half of them that were super girly, but then the other half were like, let's get drunk after practice or the game.
Well, a lot of people don't know.
And they were fun.
Cheerleading is actually like a relatively tough and dangerous sport. And I call it a sport because it's competitive and there's real injuries. Oh. I mean, those girls get dropped and get hurt a lot.
You break your neck if you get dropped in the tumbling.
So this is a weird fact for you. Cheerleading is statistically more dangerous than mixed martial arts fighting.
Yes. More women have died, or more people have died in cheerleading.
More girls have gotten hurt and had serious enough injuries that required surgery to fix than fighters per capita.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Catastrophic spinal cord
Because girls get
injuries.
hurt all the time, right?
Yeah.
They get dropped and ACLs,
it's not fun.
ankles.
Yeah, ankles all the time. Ankles left and right. People like it was. But it was fun though.
You liked it. Look how happy you are.
I did like it. I will admit the tomboy self of I will admit that I did like cheerleading when I was a cheerleader. I had a good time.
Okay, so now let's move on. Now you've been hosting a lot. You've hosted a lot of AVN shows or award shows from the industry. You've also hosted TV shows on Playboy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And is that something that you love and you want to keep doing?
You know what it is? I got to do. I've been lucky. Did a lot of opportunities. Been on MTV. I've done Entourage. got to do movies like Starsky and Hutch and Baywatch and stuff like that. So I like that stuff, and I enjoyed it. But I like something different to do.
You were
I don't
in
like
Baywatch?
to do. I was.
Damn, you're old.
I am old. I'm like 36.
Shh, don't say that.
Hey, I look good.
I'm gonna edit.
So I ain't mad at my age.
I'm gonna have them edit that out.
I ain't mad at my age.
So you love doing that kind of stuff, and you have other stuff kind of going on. You say you're busy. Now I know I don't think it worked out, but you launched a tequila line before.
I did, and actually it's still like mine. I'm half owner of that, and I'm just fighting my partner on that.
What's it called?
For Dios de Tequila. I made flavored tequila, and we were doing really well until some people were shady and stealing money out of the account.
Wow.
That's why I'm in a corporate battle for
Are
that.
you telling me that there's business people out there who take advantage and don't treat adult actresses fairly? Get the fuck out of here. I don't believe you.
All these stories sound fishy.
What a news
They
flash.
made you do a
That would
software
never-
porn before real
But that
dick.
had nothing to do with porn. That was the tequila I created myself.
He said that.
Wait, so you
I
created tequila?
it. I created the flavors. I spent 2 years with, picking the distillery, all the mixologists trying to create flavors to make flavored tequila because I'm a tequila drinker. Well, most of my girlfriends
I know.
can't drink. He knows. He's been out with me a million times.
This girl can put it down.
And I can put it down. I'll put guys under. But then my
Not
problem is
always.
I fall asleep. I can fall asleep.
I wasn't going to tell the story.
I'll tell the story. I don't care. I admit I have nothing to hide. So I will put it down and I'm good for a good 2 hours pounding and pounding.
Yeah.
But I'm nonstop pounding, out drinking most dudes and everything. And I'm fine and they're hurting and everything. Then I'll be like this and you'll see my eyes get heavy. I'm like this. And they're like, okay, we got 5 minutes with Jessie before she's out like this. Or I've just gone like this, been like, and I'm out. I'm done. But then I don't wake up with hangovers. I'm up at 6 a.m. working out, and everybody else is hungover, and I'm like, I'm good.
You got your sleep. You got your rest.
So
Get some hardcore sleep.
I literally one night
He had to pick
carried
me
her-
up and carry.
no, but not just like help her walk. I physically
Like a baby.
carried her a long ways. And I mean, I'm not going to toot my horn too much, but I'm an athlete. I can carry most
so
people. It's not
strong.
a problem. But when you're
so
wasted,
Yeah.
you're drunk.
You lose your
You're
breath.
wasted and you're a dead weight.
I'm tired. Yeah, I can't carry that much farther, guys. It was
Somebody
hilarious.
help me. Somebody
I was
grab
like,
her
if I
feet.
was sober, this would be no problem. But we had like all of our good friends
We
there.
had all of our
So
friends.
I
We
had
had
to
a
like
good
pretend like I
group.
wasn't tired, but I was tired. I was like, I'm too wasted to do this. So I'm like,
That was a big group that night too.
yeah, that was
That's
that's
like when people want to wrestle when you're drunk.
Hey,
Like, get away
wait.
from
I
me.
remember that night
Worst.
earlier that night too. What happened? Remember that person you hated?
Oh yeah. That's a long list, by the way. That's a long list.
I
So-
remember that night.
So let's touch on some other things. So you do have a son at home.
I do.
I see him in your. I can talk about him because he's in
Yeah,
your
of
social media.
course.
He's
Yeah.
in your social media. So
Yeah, he's 16. He's cute.
I can't believe you have a
so cute.
16-year-old kid.
He's cute. Yeah, he's cute. And then I raised my
cute.
niece.
He's so
My niece,
cute.
my
Oh,
niece
yeah.
is 7, and I raised her. She's been pretty much my daughter since she was 1. So I have a niece too who's cute, and just it was like it's weird because now you know he's 16, he's junior in high school, and now they graduated, so he'll be a senior next year. Like all the friends that always want to come over. Like I'm the fun house anyways because we have the basketball court, all that stuff. But I'm like this, and like when I had girls come to my house, some of my friends from here who are porn stars, and like all of a sudden all of his friends were there. And I'm like, okay, you need to go because
Their
I
fucking
know
heads are just
damn
exploding.
well.
So that-
I'm like,
so
I know
that's what I
damn
wanna
well why
ask.
y'all are over here.
So that's what I want to
was
ask. Like,
no.
how do you? So I mean, I grew up in Southern California. I grew up in LA, Orange County. I know a lot of girls have been in the industry. I've dated more than one girl who's been in the industry, several, and with kids and stuff. And I just wonder, like, so I'm not judging anybody. I don't think because I've been around it enough. I get it. It's not what people think it is on
It's
the outside.
definitely not.
But there come when you have a child.
Well, see-
how do you handle like? Now, have any of his friends said like, "Hey, I seen you and I seen one of your movies online"?
Well, luckily, okay, I live in Oklahoma, so it's one of the only states you can't buy porn in. Okay,
Well,
so
no,
there's no
who's buying porn anyways?
But but I'm saying it's not advertised. You know, you have hustler stores and porn stores here where it's advertised, or people's porn pictures are as
in the microphone.
they're doing like strip clubs, advertising strip clubs or any bookstore, adult bookstores. So you don't have that in Oklahoma because even at
We have those here, and I've never been to one.
yeah, so you don't have that, but you have to realize I've been with these kids since Ethan's been playing sports with them since they were 5 years old. So I'm like the mom to them. So they're like,
No,
this is
You 100% are like the cheerleading soccer mom who wants to be at every game.
I'm at every
have
game
the,
when I'm in town.
and have to spend the nights at your house. I
we
get
do the
it.
spend the nights, or I'm like the one like when we're getting championships and kids are getting tired. I'm like, okay, if we win this game,
I'm
we're
taking
doing
everyone here.
pizza on me, or
Yeah.
we're doing ice cream day, or let's
I get
do
it.
this. So I've always been their mom. So like you'd always wonder, of course, as a parent, is it going to affect my kids somehow? Is it going to be bad when they get old enough to realize and everything? And everybody thought it was so cool. So only one incident.
Wait. Who thought what was cool?
No. Like all the kids that think it's cool. They're like, oh wait, your mom's the porn star. Oh my god, your mom's. They think it's cool. So Ethan, like he's a good looking kid and he hangs out with kids anyways. But so everybody's like, oh, so the kids that don't know him, they're like trying to get to know him. And I'm like, okay.
I'm sure he's real popular.
I'm like,
I have no doubt about
Got
that.
a lot of friends.
Now,
and he's good with the friends. But, like honestly, like because all the parents knew what I did, and like I'm friends with half of his best friends' parents, and people come over for cookouts and they're just like, okay, so you're like a normal chick. You're not I think everybody has the assumption that you're having drugs and sex at your house all the
Orgies at the
time,
house.
orgies at the house, and you have porn everywhere.
That's why all the young boys are there.
One porn.
interracial triple penetration going on right now.
It just think crazy.
At all times.
Like it's crazy. So
Just holes being stuffed.
I remember Ethan, like, okay, so his freshman year, he was like this. He's like, Mom, I need to have a party to be like the cool kid right away when I go in school. I'm like, cool, I'll build a foam pit in our backyard and let's do a foam pit party. Nobody's
BMX
doing
and
that.
skateboarding?
I was like, nobody's doing that in high school.
Fuck.
We throw a foam pit. So everybody is like already heard like the talk to like people who haven't played sports with them. They're like, wait. So half of the parents are like, if I let you go to that party, I have to go over there to make sure it's safe. And I'm like, well, half of you just wanted to come to meet me. I was like, don't play stupid. But half of them think that I'm not like you. I guess like you wouldn't be a parent. And they're like, I don't know what's happening there. Like, I need to know what's happening. Like, I'm just going to let the kids rage and do drugs and have sex around. I'm like, what do you think? I was like, I am a mom. Like, I was like, get whatever perception you have in your head out. Like, I'm a mother too,
Okay, have you ever had any of the dads? Because the kids are going to be
for
kids,
sure. The dads are so
any dads be fucking just super creepy where you just look at him and go,
Yes.
really right now?
So that's an obvious question. So
Yes.
but the question I want to know is, has anything like that happened in front of your son, and has he gotten involved?
That's what I mean.
No. My son is very cute because he's a mama's boy. Like, so he's very cute when people are like checking me out. Like, we're just trying to hang out at the OU game, or we're at a Thunder game and people are like this. Like, my son will go up to him, kind of like he's a lover, but he'll be like a fighter. He's like in their face. So he's like, yo, stop. Like, and then catches people off guard because they're like, oh shit, I guess I'm staring pretty hard. And her son's like, like, knock it off.
So I had kind of a similar experience growing up. So I grew up with a single mom, and my mom was a typical Southern California bleach blonde bimbo with huge. My mom got huge tits in the 80s. Like now every girl has boobs.
Right.
My mom got tits like in 84 or 83. She had big tits. So that was back before people had that. So like in elementary school and junior high, like every kid wanted to spend the night at my house, and every
You're the cool kid.
every kid's, but I knew why. And every kid's dad was like all staring at my mom. And I actually had a couple things. I had a couple weird experiences where like guys would like hit on my mom or be really aggressive or super rude. Cause back then, like I said, it was before girls had tits.
Right.
So like if you had tits, people were like, "Oh, she's a whore." Or she does. I don't know, 80. Not many did porn back then, but they thought you were a slut or a whore.
Negative connotations.
And dudes would say crazy shit.
But you want to know what's funny about that? The people that sit there, like when I like have sex on porn, I've always been in a relationship. You know what I mean? So
You've been married.
Yeah, I've been married. I've been in a relationship since I was like 17 years old. But the girls that always want to call out the girls being whores are the girls that are sleeping around with people that are at bars every night at the club trying to get free drinks and bottles and going home with every dude. I'm like, y'all have probably slept with a million times more people than I have.
We stay away from them.
Those are troublemakers.
I call them bottle rats.
Yeah.
But you know.
Ditch pigs.
So when you're with all the club girls, I just laugh. So anybody, I've never cared what anybody thinks about me. I know who I am and how I am. I'm like this. I was like, you can have any opinion of me as you want. You're so wrong.
You're such a positive, happy person that like, honestly, it would be difficult to like, even if you did something like horrible that like you couldn't deny, it'd be hard for me or for me to see anyone else talking shit to you or be like, you're fucking this and that, because you're so happy and positive. How can someone talk shit to her? She's so cute.
It's just so nice.
But I am nice, but people mistake my kindness as weakness, because if somebody tries to confront me, you've seen me, I will get in your face. I'm like, I'm not
psycho.
It's like I'm not I'm not afraid of anybody. I was like, I box for a reason. I was like, I will.
Here we go.
Oh, don't even start with me. Don't even start. No, I do that. I box for a reason.
I trained with Gio.
No, I'm not talking about that. Oh, why would you say that?
God, I can't stand him. I hope that guy gets hit by a car. He's so annoying.
Why are you bringing up that act?
Does he fucking train people in boxing?
No, but he thinks he's super tough, and he takes.
Why?
Dude, look. I just saw like somebody showed me. She showed me his girlfriend's Instagram, and I was looking at his pictures, but I'm like, he has like blue steel, and I'm like, does that guy fucking really look like that in normal pictures? Like, bro, get over yourself, bro. You got sleeves,
nice
you got a million tattoos. Like in a period of 2 weeks, you went from like no tattoos to sleeves, and I'm a long time lifelong badass at tattoos, and I've been lifting weights, and I'm gangster and tough. Like, no, bro, you're a pussy. You lift weights.
Well,
that's it.
Muscles make
Stop
you tough.
taking it, and you train.
But I ain't
chicks.
gonna lie, his girlfriend's really pretty. His girlfriend now is really pretty.
Right.
Like, whatever. I'm not a person that cares.
We just have to.
I appreciate.
We have to beat up
I
tough
don't sit there and dog people like new girlfriends or whatever. I'm just not that girl.
Ian and I like nothing more than to find people who think they're tough and let them realize that they're not.
And be like, oh yeah,
you're not that tough, bro.
You're so bulky. Your muscles are so nice.
Yeah. So I got lost when we were there. So I actually, let's go back to the story I was going to say. So we're thinking about your son. So I actually had some experiences where people like said really like offensive, aggressive stuff to my mom as a child when I was like 12, 13, 14 years old. And I got in more than one fight with an adult at 13, 14 years old for guys grabbing my mom, or like a long time ago, this dates me, at the video store, DVD store, a guy grabbed my mom's ass. these two guys were pretty drunk, and my mom, like I said, typical beach mom, blonde hair, little halter top, big boobs, and these dudes were like, "Hey, baby," and grabbed her. And I was close to this big at that age. I was 6 feet tall when I was 12 years old. I attacked these dudes at the DVD store. So.
I've hit dudes before in the face. I'm not.
No, but I'm asking about your son. Like, has he ever been aggressive like that?
Well, luckily around my son, nobody kind of does that. Like I said, they stare. They have like really big stare problems, and Ethan's like really in their face and stuff. So I haven't had to deal with that. But when I do stores, like signings or appearances, I've had guys think it's going to be funny that they had their friends with the video camera, like on their phone, like, oh, I'm going to get this, because I'm going to go grab her ass,
Yeah,
Usually,
it's like, bro, you can't touch
that's
me.
That's probably
Don't
one of the
fucking
only
touch me.
times you're ever going to see me wear dresses, because I don't like dresses.
I've never seen you wear a dress.
I don't like dresses. It's not my
It's
thing.
funny just thinking about her wearing a dress.
And even now, I finally stopped doing that, even at appearances. Even on the red carpets for Avian, I am rocking like pantsuits. I'm like, I don't even
Look
care
like
anymore.
Hillary Clinton out there.
I like, ew, no, I don't. But they'll come and try to grab your ass. Well, I'm like, let's just
that's
lie.
fucking rude.
I don't like to wear panties, even if I wear dresses. And when you grab me, I've not been afraid, and I just turn around and I will. I will punch you in the face. I just don't care anymore.
People can get away with anything, but you touch me, it's a different program.
That's not fair.
Especially a chick. Like I'm a 110-pound girl. You can't touch me.
I'm like, don't touch me. So all the girls let it happen and laugh it off. Like, ha ha ha. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm glad you like to be touched. So when you're like this, I'm just like, bam, I've hit him. Like the last show I just did in Germany, like this guy came up to me, but like went under my dress to do it, and I was just like,
he tried to pick you up like a
pretty much. And
bowling ball.
And it was so funny. My ex that you know now was there, and he's like, you would never do that, like thinking I like talk. I'm like, you've seen me, and this guy came and did it, and I just was like this, and I pushed him against the wall. And
your dude was there,
and he goes like this, and because of course he thought it was funny. He's like, and I was like this, and the people I was signing at their booth, they're like, I think you're done. I was like, you're damn straight I'm done. You didn't stop this guy from going up my dress.
the guy just stuck his finger in my butt.
I was like, I'm done. I was like, this is done. Like,
all right.
no more.
Who thinks that's okay? Some people are just stupid.